Seltzer Kings.
Podcasts.
New season, new chaos in college football.
Let's go!
Big stage, big opportunity.
This Labor Day weekend, the wildness lives on ABC, ESPN, and the all-new ESPN app.
What a way to start!
Featuring top 10 teams like Clemson, Notre Dame, Alabama, and LSU, and Bill Belichick's debut at North Carolina.
It's so special when these teams collide.
Don't miss a lineup filled with electric matchups.
Welcome back to college football.
Kickoff week presented by Modelo. Labor Day weekend on ESPN and ABC. Also available to stream on the all-new ESPN app.
The kid you hear playing the piano, he's not mine. On top of the 2 weekly piano lessons and finger yoga, I give my son Smarty Pants vitamins to support his brain health because while I'm supposed to say it's not a competition, of course it's a f***ing competition. Choose Smarty Pants vitamins to support your kid's brain health and help them master whatever their chopsticks may be. Shop on Amazon, smartypantsvitamins.com, or at Target today.
Unfortunately, in light of recent events, all of Dick's other assets have been frozen pending trial.
Trial? The verdict's in. Dick's off drinking Mai Tais on some beach, probably being fanned by the local natives with $100 bills. He's not coming back.
As for the boys, Dick Jr. and Cassidy each have a trust fund.
Sweet.
However, you're not eligible to withdraw from them until your 21st birthday.
Dude, my 21st birthday's gonna rock so hard. I love you, Daddy.
And? What about me?
You don't have any separate accounts from Dick. He didn't put any property in your name.
I'm their mother. Can I have some of their money?
The only remaining trustee for the funds is their biological mother.
So what am I supposed to do?
I don't know. What'd you do before?
Hey, what's up, everybody out there in podcast land? Welcome to another episode of Boys Watching Veronica Mars. We're just two boys watching every episode of Veronica Mars for the first time, giving our review, our reactions, our thoughts, our predictions, loads of stuff. We're your hosts. I'm Joe Welke.
I am Vance.
And today we're talking about Season 2, Episode 7, titled Nobody Puts Baby in a Corner. Directed by Nick Mark, written by Diane Ruggiero. Original air date November 16th, 2005 to an audience of 2.94 million people. And before we get into the episode, everybody join our Discord, join our Patreon, patreon.com/boyswatchingbuffy. We're doing the Buffy Season 8 comics. They're wild. They're wild.
Yeah, this one was a lot. This was a lot of stuff happening.
Yeah, they're wild in the Season 8 comics. Yeah, so check that out. Boys Watching Movies, that's up there, obviously. Latest episodes, The Matrix. Previous ones, Jurassic World. And then like 30 other ones before that. Jawbreaker. Cocaine Bear. The Menu. If you want to scroll all the way back. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
It's going to be a good time. So we got that going on. Little announcement. We will, speaking of boys watching movies, this is what we're doing next week, right? We're doing a little one of them.
Sure. Yeah.
So we're going to be off next week for Veronica Mars. Sorry for all the delays, everybody, but we got lives to live, but we're not going to leave you hanging. We're going to give you a little something. We're going to give you a little something next week that you're going to enjoy, but it will not be Veronica Mars Season 2, Episode 8. So keep that in mind. But yeah. How you doing, Vance?
I'm good. I'm excited to talk about this epised.
Yeah, I was going to say, how are you feeling about Veronica Mars Season 2 so far?
So far, pretty good. But man, this show is crazy.
Yes, it is.
It is insane.
Yeah. And, you know, we referenced this a bit from our Season 1 recap about, you know, which cities were Sunnydale or Neptune.
Mm-hmm.
I'm fully into Neptune now.
Right?
I'm fully into Neptune being worse than
Neptune. Neptune is a problem. Neptune is a problem.
Dude, it's awful in Neptune. It's awful. It's awful to be a kid. It's awful to be an adult. It's just awful to be in this place.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
But I'm going to crack open my cherry slush. I got a lot of cherry slushes, and this is one of my go-to favorite cherry slush, Alani. It's a fave of mine. So
I was going to do the Bomb Pop one, but I'm going with the peach mango because I want that extra caffeine.
The C4 peach mango.
Mm-hmm.
Those ones hit you. Yeah. Also, everybody, a little thing here. They're doing construction or remodeling on the apartment next to me. So if you hear some loud banging or hammering or drilling or something, that's what that is. I apologize. But yeah, building manager gave me no warning about that. So fuck me, huh? Woke me up at 8 a.m. Loud banging. So there we go. Okay, what were our predictions for Nobody Puts Baby in a Corner? I think I got something right.
Yeah.
I think I got like 50% right.
You got 50%. You said Kendall is back and she's running a MLM, multi-level marketing scam. I might give you 65%. She's not running a multi-level marketing scam, but it's definitely a scam of sorts.
She's running some kind of scam. She's definitely running a scam. I thought that she would go the white lady route of like, check out my skincare, and if you sell this to the other 2 people or whatever.
Yeah, she doesn't have enough people to sell to. Who would she sell it to?
Yeah,
no one's buying that. And I said we get a small courtroom scene, and that Veronica has to investigate some dancer thing.
Well, Kendall meets with a lawyer.
Courtroom. No, courtroom. It was in the living room. Yeah.
All right. So this episode opens up with a recap of the whole season so far. Duncan and Veronica, they're watching The Big Lebowski, and Duncan's trying to mac, but Veronica is way more into the movie than anything at all. Mm-hmm. He's like kissing her neck, and she's like quoting line for line along with Big Lebowski, because Veronica's super cool. That's how you can tell. She's down with the dude. The dude abides.
Very interesting. Very interesting start. Yeah.
She's not like most girls, Vance.
No, she's not.
I don't know if you know this about Veronica Mars. She's not like most girls. She's got trauma. Mm-hmm. Well, that is like most girls, actually.
I don't know, man. This girl's life is, man, her and Buffy can go toe to toe for trauma.
Yeah. Yeah. But Duncan pauses the movie and he's like, hey, I'm trying to make out here. And Veronica's like, I just really like this movie. And he's like, okay. So while they're like starting to make out, of course this happens. Logan Eccles comes in and he's like, oh, awkward. This is weird. Ew.
Nah, what he does when he comes in, it says, where's my martini and why don't I smell pot roast? A la Keith Mars.
Yeah. I didn't put that together, yeah.
Yeah, also something that, like, is strange coming from Logan, who has an abusive, murderous dad who treated his mom like shit. So him coming in with the old 30s, 40s, 50s vibe of, hey, where's my dinner?
Honeymooners type thing. To the moon, Veronica.
And who knows if he's talking to Duncan or Veronica. But it is very Keith-coded what he comes in with. So, yeah.
So he like goes and he sits like 3 inches away from Veronica, and Veronica and Duncan look at him and they're like, all right, I guess we'll put the movie back on. And then Logan's like, you think you guys want to come up with like a code word to give me so I don't come in when you guys are hooking up? And Veronica's like, yeah, how about scram or something? And he's like, ah, ha, 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 ha. And then there's a knock at the door. Logan goes and answers it. And who's at the door but Kendall Casablancas. And Logan lets her in. Kendall recognizes Veronica as the iPod girl. Then she's like, all right, I'm going to go fuck Logan. Logan's like, I think I forget what his code word is, but he's like, I'm going to go fuck this lady.
Endurance.
Wow. Damn, he's like rubbing that shit in Duncan's face, huh?
I don't know what's happening here. Like
Me neither.
it's so aggressive. Okay,
He's rubbing it in Duncan's face, and Duncan's just accepting it and being like, yeah, I mean, Logan can go for a while.
like Logan's some porn star or something.
Yeah.
And so there's a lot of things here. One, Kendall's back. I was wrong. I'm not batting high on a lot of this person won't show up again. But two, she sees Veronica, and Veronica should be like, hey, why aren't you on the run too? I saw you handing bags over.
Yeah, you're the person I got pictures of.
I also thought, this is why Logan probably can't stay with Dick and Beaver, because she probably wouldn't let that happen. The optics would be not great. Two, though, why is she just openly doing this in front of Duncan, who can now tell people? Openly doing this in front of Veronica, who can also tell people. Also, why are you hooking up with Logan still like this?
Yeah.
It's one thing when it was just like, all right, fuck it, I'm just going to do this. Now it's like, oh, I'm really just going to go over for a booty call?
I mean, Logan must be laying the pipe, dude. He must be.
But it doesn't track with what we get later. I mean, I guess maybe it's because she had it and now she doesn't. I don't know. But I did have I had a shower thought the other day.
A shower thought?
From the previous episode. Before this episode, I forget if it was before I watched this episode or not. But yeah, it was before I watched this episode. I thought about this. Veronica gave Wallace an ultimatum to choose between her and Jackie. But she has not given Duncan an ultimatum to choose between her or Logan.
It's because she still likes Logan.
How?
This love-hate relationship with this terrible human being.
How? How is this possible?
I don't know, man. Yeah, that is funny. Wallace isn't even going out with Veronica. I guess, yeah. There's no excuse.
No excuse.
But Logan and Kendall go into the room, and Veronica's like, "You're okay with this?" And Duncan's like, "Yeah, I'm cool with it." She's like, "That's Dick and Beaver's stepmom." And Duncan's like, "Yeah, but she's hot." And Veronica's like, and Duncan's like, "What? I mean, look at her, dude. She's hot." And Veronica's like, "How fucking dare you?"
He also says that Cordelia's 25.
Oh, that you just called her Cordelia.
Yeah. It'll happen.
So she's basically our age. And Veronica's like, "We're 18. She's 25. And he's like, "That's our age, kind of." She's like, "What are you going to ask her to get you beer?" He's like, "I thought about it."
Cordelia was 25 in Buffy. Crystal Copper was 25 in Buffy. I don't know. Yeah, it's so crazy.
Yeah. But I just love Veronica being like, why is it okay with Kendall? Think about if one of the dad's friends started doing it. And he was like, "Dude, it's different. She's hot. Look at them titties." And Veronica's like, So here's another guy that you
wait. I also have another thing with the scene. It's no way this suite has 2 bedrooms.
Yeah.
It's there are so few hotel suites that are 2 separate bedroom setups.
Actually, I've been to a hotel suite that had a 2 separate bedroom setup.
2 separate bedrooms?
Yeah. The Alani Resort in Hawaii.
And it wasn't like a shared through a door, like the two apart.
No, they were separate. You entered through the living room, you walk into the living room, to the left is one bedroom, to the right is another.
All right. I'm just saying this hotel room suite just seems to keep changing and morphing.
Whatever they need it to be.
This later layout that we see, I don't even know what's going on. But sure. Yeah. All right, fine. I was like, this is weird. But he's cockblocking himself by letting Logan live there, and I don't understand why Duncan did not see this coming.
Right? He's cockblocking himself.
Yeah.
But Logan doesn't. He's bringing back Kendall. He doesn't. He's like, "You might hear some stuff in this room."
Yeah, yeah, man.
Yeah. So we go over to the future business leaders of America. That guy's still around.
Yeah.
We thought that was going to be the last of him.
Mr. Pope is back.
Yep, he's leading class. He's going down about who's leading in the class stocks competition so far. Dick Casablanca is like drawing on Gia's hand, and this guy, Mr. Pope, he's giving a speech about, hey, this is a crazy topsy-turvy world of stocks. All right, you never know. The market's volatile all the time, and you never know. But Veronica Mars, she was in the lead for a long time until Cassidy Casablancas, he's taking the lead.
You're going to call him Cassidy? the guy we're always going to call Beaver. I'm never going to call him Cassidy.
That's what his name is on the PowerPoint.
I'm never going to call him
off the PowerPoint.
I'm just quoting you from past episodes. And I'm always going to call him Beaver. And here you go, call him Cassidy.
Today, I think because of his stock market knowledge, I had to give him a little respect. Rest of the episode, he's Beaver.
That he hates his dad enough that he didn't throw all his money in Casablanca's Industries.
Yep. Dick Casablancas is like, where am I at? Teach. And he's like, you're in the fucking basement. You're a basement dwelling piece of shit. You put all of your money into the Casablancas Inc. And he's like, put it all in the family, bro.
And Gia's laughing so hard at his jokes.
I know, dude. It's disgusting.
Your girl is all over Casablancas.
So Logan is like Logan's like, where am I at? Logan's like kind of right above Dick. And then they're like, well, where's Duncan at? Duncan's below Logan. And he's above Dick. So they're the bottom three. And they're like, oh, these wealthy kids, they don't know how to play with their money or whatever.
Well, this is actually to say that Kane Software is actually doing bad business-wise. Yeah. Well, this is what they're playing with the show.
The optics, man. Well, you know why? They're bleeding money. They're hemorrhaging money because
that's not why their stock. That's not why their stock would go down.
Yes,
they've been given $1 million DeLong Pre, millions of dollars, and you're worried to pay her off, and you're worried about this hotel.
It's the suite at the Neptune Grand. It's not just any hotel room, Vance.
All right.
They got 2 bedrooms in there. A thing that you didn't even think existed 2 seconds ago.
No, I did. I knew it existed, but it's rare, and it didn't look like that was his place when Veronica was there the first time.
Yeah. So we go over to a golf course. Keith is hanging out with Woody Goodman. Woody Goodman's playing golf, and Keith's like, hey, Woody, did you talk to the sheriff? Are they looking into the bus thing? And Woody's like, don't worry about it. Yeah, they're looking into it. And he's like, well, what, any updates? And he's like, he's told me he's looking into it. And Keith's like, God damn it. And Woody's like, well, I got a vision for Neptune, Keith. All right. Rather than just be this like podunk small little thing where we got a sheriff and nothing's really real, I envision making this into a full-fledged town, like an actual city. And we're going to repave the roads, and we're going to get all these fancy street lamps, and we're going to get like an actual city of Neptune. And Keith's like, well, you have an idea for like the layout of it? And he's like, yeah, it's going to go from this street to that street and this street to that street. And Keith's like, oh, that's just like all the richest parts of town. And Woody's like, don't worry about it. That's 9,000 people, though, that would reside in this new city, and they will need a chief of police. I think you'd be great for it, Keith. Sheriff Lamb could still keep his sheriff status. You can be the chief of police. Win-win. And Keith's like, I don't even think I'd be able to afford it to live in this town that I'll be the chief of police of. And Woody's like, don't worry about it. And he rides off on his golf cart.
Yep.
And that's basically that. There's no further explanation needed. I don't really have any insight into what that could be, but
I mean, it's gonna play into the later episodes. Yeah.
No, it's not. Prediction right now.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. Don't write this down, Vance. Don't make this haunt me later. So Veronica's on the phone with somebody who might be sick. She's
talking to Duncan because he didn't show up to FBA
LA. Yeah. And Duncan shows up like 2 seconds later.
Well, he wasn't in class. That's why the teacher said if he was here.
Yeah, if he was here, yeah.
Yeah.
So she goes to go take a shit in the bathroom, but she sees the bathroom is out of order. She got the out of order bathroom sign on there. And Veronica's like, that's fishy. I'm the only one who puts out of order signs in the bathroom for my business meetings. So she goes in only to find Logan Eccles in there. And he's like, hey, you want to fucking make out in here for old time's sake? And it's like, Jesus, this dude's horny as hell.
He didn't say it that way.
He was like, remember when we used to make out in here? You wrapped your legs around me, and
he's like, good times,
right over there.
And then something like, can we go back to being like indifferent to each other? Yeah.
And then he asks her for help because he's like, I don't know about this anonymous caller guy. I think that he's lying, and I need you to do some sleuthing. And Veronica's like, why the fuck would I do that? And Logan's like, I can't believe you wouldn't do that. And he's like storming out. And Veronica's like, well, wait a minute. Okay, well, what? Why do you think this guy's lying? And Logan's like, it's obvious. He's setting me up, and I need to know why. And then Veronica's like, okay, I'll look into it just for old time's sake.
I think I might understand it more if she had slept with Logan.
Well, yeah, the way that he's dicking down half of Neptune. Yeah.
Because she just, like, finding out that he was sleeping with Kendall, Dick Casablanca's stepmom, should have been like, nah, man. Dad tried to kill you. There's so many flags.
Yeah. Yeah, Logan's a problem. But Veronica agrees to help him. Logan leaves the bathroom. Veronica leaves the bathroom, Veronica leaves the bathroom first, takes down the out of order sign. Sees Duncan. Duncan grabs her and he's like, hey, we need to talk. And Veronica's like, oh, okay. And then Logan leaves the girls' bathroom and Veronica like looks over her shoulder to be like, oh, did anybody see that? So Duncan pulls Veronica into a separate, completely empty classroom. And he's like, hey, you know that hard drive that I got from Lizzie, Meg's sister, with all of her personal information and stuff? Well, I went through some of it, and it turns out Meg has been babysitting somebody that has been being abused, and she's been in contact with Child Protective Services, and she's trying to get this kid, taken care of, but she never named the name. She says it's a boy, and we need to figure out who it is, and Meg was babysitting them.
He also says they're not beating them or sexual, but mentally torturing them, and he needs proof. And I was like, Veronica needs a vacation. Yeah, this is a lot that she got dumped on. Also, Duncan sees Logan coming out of the bathroom. He's like, yeah, I don't care about that right now.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I didn't realize that Duncan saw that. I saw that Veronica like looked over her shoulder.
Duncan saw it completely. He's like, I don't care about that right now. I'm not worried about that right now.
Okay. Yeah, dude, like, this is the beginning of another Whiplash episode of Veronica Mars.
Dude, when this like child services called because of abuse, I was like, oh, we're going there already? Like, I was down to just watch Veronica figure out what was going on with this Felix case, but they were like, no, that's just, the Felix case is just like fun, long-term stuff. We need some heavy hitting rip from the headlines.
Well, I don't know if you remember. I guess it's a new thing. It's a law to murder a Mexican all of a sudden, apparently.
Yeah, now like you can't mentally torture your children. Jeez. God,
what happened to Neptune? Huh?
Maybe it should be a city. This is small town behavior right here.
Yeah.
Here comes
I remember the good old days of Neptune back when you could just murder a Mexican, mentally abuse your kid, drug your girlfriend, say it's consensual, and then everybody just agrees that it was. This town fucking sucks.
The sheriff can just be like, I don't know who my daughter is. I guess I'll just pretend.
You know what really bugs me? You know what really doesn't bug me? The death of minorities, mental abuse of children. Nobody clipped this.
You've already clipped. You're done.
Yeah, I've been clipped 1,000 times over. So yeah, Veronica and Duncan, they are at the Mars Investigations Office, and Duncan's laying out the profiles of all the kids that Meg babysat. He thinks it's a kid that's between 7 and 8 years old. They're looking through the emails, and apparently Meg has a book back at Meg's house that could help prove that the kid was being abused because he was forced to write a bunch of stuff over and over and over and over again as like a punishment. And they're trying to think of everybody that Meg babysat for, and Duncan lists off like half of the families in Neptune.
Mm-hmm.
The Goodmans are one of those people. So I immediately like red flags. Like, well, that's the only named people in this. So it's got to be them. And then Veronica's like, Jesus, how many fucking people did she babysit for? And Duncan's like, she babysat for a lot of people. I'm sorry.
And then Veronica's like immediately getting jealous that he knows so much about Meg. And I'm like, Duncan saw you come out of a bathroom with Logan and just was like, nah, not even worried.
Yeah.
The dudes are so chill when it comes to the jealousy factor in this show. Like Wallace,
yeah.
Wallace is just like, yeah, she was with some other guy. I was only dating her for a couple of days.
Yeah. Dick Casablanca's like, so what? You fucked my stepmom. You want a party?
Yeah.
Which we will talk about later.
Yeah. You were right about that look. You were right about that look he was given before.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So Veronica and Duncan hatch a plan to break into Meg's house on a Sunday night because her parents go to church study or whatever. And they're going to break into Meg's room and they're going to steal the book that she has, or look for the book that she has with the writing sample from the kid. And she's going to get other writing samples from the kids that she babysat to compare them. And then Keith shows up.
I had a question later. Why don't they just get the sister that gave over the computer to get the sample since she lives in the house?
Vance, that'd be too simple. Then they wouldn't get to put on their cat suits to go sneaking around.
Yeah, I was just like, they have an inside. This can be an inside job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Lizzie's not seen in this episode at all.
No.
You would think that she would be.
I got a big thought at the end of this episode about everything in Neptune.
Yeah. I got a weird thought too. There's some weird shit going on in this episode.
Yes. This is an episode, man. This is an episode of TV.
They are peeling back those onion layers.
Yeah.
So Keith shows up. He's like, Veronica, what do you got Duncan doing? They're like, nothing. And he is looking through his mail, and he got an invite to the sheriff department ball / bachelor auction, which heavily features your boy Sheriff Lamb on the front.
Yeah, I knew it was
something I think that you picked up on.
No, I knew it was like a fundraiser / bachelor auction. You thought it was two different things, but I guess that's
I guess that's how they raise money.
Spoiler alert, I really thought we were going to see the bachelor auction, and I thought we were going to see Keith somehow get on stage, and it'd be the fun scene where like he gets outbid over Sheriff Lamb, and it makes him jealous, and it's just a comedic fun scene.
Or he wins Sheriff Lamb, and then he's like, you know what we're going to do? We're going to look into this bus case for our date.
Oh, God.
I got a sweet mix. Let me put in this homecoming request CD.
Yeah.
And he just plays it, sits across from him, plays that CD of him extorting Tessa Thompson's dad.
What if Lamb and Keith fell in love off of that, you know?
Holy shit. Bye-bye, Alicia.
Is Keith still with Alicia?
Yeah, that's what I was about. I was going to ask that.
I don't know.
She was mad at him.
Yeah. I don't know if they... I don't know.
She called him when Wallace went missing. Yeah. And that's the last we kind of
But that's more like calling like a private eye that you happen to be sleeping. It's like Logan going up Veronica.
I guess he knows where Wallace is.
They know where Wallace is. He's not lost.
Yeah. But why aren't they just getting him back? I'm assuming Alicia has custody of him, and she can be like, yeah, this guy took him.
I don't know. I don't know anything.
Been 2 episodes. 2 episodes without Wallace.
Yeah. He's filming some movie or something.
Heart right now. Percy Daggs III was in a movie? Filming a movie?
I guarantee he's been in a movie or 2.
He has to have been.
Yeah.
You know he's in like Step Up to the Streets or something. He's got to be in one of them type of
Wow,
things.
Joe. Wow.
You know he is.
Wow.
I've never seen him starring in anything. He's probably like
you haven't seen a bunch of people
star.
star in anything. You haven't seen a lot of things.
I've seen Kristen Bell star in a bunch of stuff.
Name 3.
The Good Place. The House with the Lady or whatever.
You never saw that. You just heard me talk about it.
I haven't seen that, but I know it exists. I don't know anything that exists that Percy Daggs III is in.
He's in an episode of iZombie.
Ooh.
That's completely different than
if he's in Step Up to the Streets, I'm gonna.
He is not in Step Up to the Streets.
Is he in Drumline?
you and Dick Casablancas can hang out.
No, that's not true.
He's in an episode of Freaks and Geeks.
I'm giving him more work than he actually got.
you're stereotyping the work that you're giving him, though.
He was probably in fucking one of those movies with Anna Kendrick, the Pitch Perfect. We saw him sing. He's in those type of movies. If
No,
he's in
he is
any
not.
movies.
He's not in a ton of movies, though. Yeah.
Papa was a Rolling Stone.
Not a lot
We
of
heard
movies.
him sing. He's probably in something that Adam Bush directed.
He was in an episode. He was 2 episodes of Boston Public.
Damn, dude, he has not gotten a lot of work, it sounds like.
Well, I mean, he was on this show for however long it was.
Not enough. Not enough. Percy Daggs III.
Also,
you gotta get booked, my friend.
Also, I think people choose not to be in things. People always look at actors that have been on TV shows and go, they haven't been in a lot. And it's like, well, you were on the show, so you don't have to be in a lot.
I guess.
Like Sarah Michelle Gellar just like didn't do a bunch of stuff after Buffy. I mean, she was in some stuff, but like she did Scooby Doo. She did I Know What You Did Last Summer, but like after Buffy ended, she wasn't really like popping around and.
Well, she had a family.
No?
She was hanging out with Freddie Prinze Jr., who was teaching WWE wrestlers how to act.
All right, let's get back to Veronica Mars, please.
So we go to Kendall, Dick, and Beaver, and they're meeting with a lawyer. And Kendall is sitting across from Dick. Kendall does a little uncrossing of her legs, and Dick's trying to sneak a peek up the skirt. And Kendall notices, she's like, ew. And the lawyer's explaining to all of this family, like, hey, Daddy Dick fled the country. You froze all of his assets. Dick Beaver, you guys have trust funds with a lot of money in them, but you can't open them until you're 21. And Dick is like, well, when I'm 21, it's going to be lit, son. Yeah. And then Kendall's like, okay, the kids are taken care of. What do I get? And the lawyer's like, you get nothing. Good day.
This scene is very reminiscent of Trina during the hearing. What did my mom leave me? Nothing. Like,
yeah, because nothing was in Kendall's name. Daddy Dick never put anything in Kendall's name. If anything, the mom gets some money or something to take care of the kids.
Nah,
and Kendall's like, well,
that's not what happened. The mom controls the trust.
Oh, right. So then Kendall was like to the lawyer, well, what am I supposed to do? And then the lawyer goes, well, what did you do before? And Kendall's like, ding, light bulb goes off.
Hello, Lakers?
Yeah, that's what I thought. I was like, she's going to be a stripper or something. She's going to call up a strip club. She's a dancer.
Nah,
she could be a Laker girl again.
I wonder if the house was going to get repossessed, though. That's what I was very curious about. They froze assets, but...
Yeah. Yeah, it is interesting. So then we go to Veronica, and she's calling up all the people that make babysat. Nothing really to dive into there. Then we go to a health class, and a teacher's talking about STDs and how dangerous they are. And there's one girl that keeps sneezing, and then she gets kicked out of the class.
That was Jane, the one that Wallace doesn't like, the one that had her leg in the brace.
Oh, okay. So
I don't know why she's sneezing.
Yeah, I didn't know if that was like a bit or not.
I don't know what was happening.
I've heard people sneeze like that. This was such a weird inclusion.
Yeah, and it doesn't come back this episode. If it came back in another episode, it'd be very deep pull, I guess.
Yeah.
But it was a very strange one. Very, very strange.
Yeah. So the teacher pairs people up and she's like, whatever STD you have on your card, you have to break the news to your partner that you have it. So Veronica gets paired up with Gia, and Gia's like, doesn't know what chlamydia is. She thinks it's a flower.
I think she's joking about it, but yeah.
I don't know, man. Gia seems pretty fucking dense.
Gia has a weird
Dick
vibe.
Casablancas.
Yeah.
And Dick is like, he's doing bits. But basically, this is just to get to the fact that Gia's like, I don't feel like I have any girlfriends in this town. Like, I don't have any friends who are girls. And I miss, back when I lived in New York, I had a bunch of girls that were my friends. I was really popular. People liked my sense of humor. People really liked me, but nobody gets me here. And Veronica's like, hey, I'll be your friend. You want to hang out? And she's like, yeah, let's have a girls' night. We'll have a sleepover and watch
Just a
movies.
sleepover, just for them. She doesn't say girls.
Yeah, it's like girls like she and her.
Yeah.
We'll have a sleepover. We'll eat popcorn. We'll have a little sexy pillow fight. We'll fucking chat about boys.
I couldn't tell. It was a weird vibe when Veronica and her were talking, and I wasn't sure if they were being passive aggressive to each other. She was like, hey, you're funny, Veronica. And he's like, oh, yeah, and I was funny in school before, and then people didn't get my humor. And it's like, are you ripping on her? Because right before that, her and Dick are making fun of the teacher, which we'll find out later when we see the book that she's reading. At first, I thought they were making fun of Veronica, but they were making fun of the teacher.
I thought they were doing a bit about how Veronica was like a divorcee and she has to tell Gia, her partner, about an STD that turns out no.
Yeah.
That's all about the teacher who's like a stuffy divorced person.
Yeah, Miss Hauser.
Yeah. Which we find out in a second because Veronica goes up to the teacher, and Miss Hauser was one of the people that Meg was babysitting for. And Veronica's like, hey, I heard, since, Meg's in a coma and everything, you need a babysitter. Miss Hauser's like, I'm a single mother now and I got so much on my plate. Yada, yada, yada. She's not interested, basically. She's very aggressive. Like, no, get out of my face, Veronica Mars. Veronica's like, geez, okay.
And we see she's reading the next book in book club, which is You're 40 and He's Gone.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that's when I was like, oh, okay, they were ripping on her 5 minutes ago in that scene, as opposed to Veronica. So like really shaped the whole scene in a weird way at first.
Yeah. So Veronica goes to some other people's house. It's the Fuller family, because she's babysitting this little kid named Edwin, who is someone that Meg used to babysit. And the mom's telling Veronica about like the very strict schedule that he is following, and that, 8 o'clock he's going to be watching he's going to be reading his books. 9 o'clock he's going to be coloring, and 9:30 he's going to be painting, and then 10 he goes to bed. You have a 5-minute window to switch all these activities. And Veronica's like, geez. So then the mom says, and no boys are allowed over. That was a problem we had with Meg. We almost got rid of Meg because she kept bringing her no good for nothing billionaire boyfriend.
I do not understand how you have Veronica here and this family doesn't know who she is. It was the most popular story of the summer.
97 out of 100 on the New York Times bestseller list.
Everybody in the 09er would be gossiping. They go to the same parties. It's no way they don't know who Veronica Mars is.
But the parents leave to go out for their night of debauchery, and Veronica's there with the kid, and she's like, so what do you want to do? And he's like, I want to do everything that is on this schedule. And he follows the schedule incredibly strictly, and Veronica's like, this is fucking weird, dude. Like, this kid, he seems really happy following the schedule. He's a little too perfect, if you ask me. And she gets a call from Duncan. Duncan's like, did you figure anything out? And Veronica's like, no, not really. But I'm about to go steal some of his homework to get a writing sample. And Duncan's like, "It's so funny, man. I can't really picture you babysitting." And Veronica's like, "Why? Because you saw Meg do it so much?" And Duncan's like, "What?" And then she gets a knock at the door before she can explain to Duncan. And who's at the door but Logan Eccles?
Mm-hmm.
And Veronica's like, "What are you doing here? You're here way early." And he's like, "We just got to talk about this witness." And Veronica lays out the case of the witness. It's a guy named Dr. Tom Griffith. He's a well-respected plastic surgeon in Neptune. What? There's no such thing as a well-respected plastic surgeon. And Logan looks at a picture of Tom Griffith and he's like, "That's not him." And Veronica's like, "What?" He's like, "That's not the guy I talked to on the bridge." And Veronica goes, "Wait a minute. You said you don't remember anything." And Logan's like, "I lied." And Veronica's like, "Jesus Christ, dude."
She's like, "All right, let's hook up now."
Yeah. God, there's something about the evil that you do. It just gets me so horny. Yeah.
So she was by your side the whole time after your dad had killed her best friend. And then she found out you lied about the thing that you were having.
This is also something that you tell your lawyer, too. You know, because they got confidentiality.
Yeah, I mean, his point was I didn't want to bring up the guy on the bridge so the cops wouldn't find him. And if he's the only thing that ties me to it because he threw the knife into the water, which they're not going to find. And there'd be fingerprint. It would be no way to really prove that knife is the one that did it. So
Logan's mom is going to come back with that knife.
Yeah, it lands on her body.
Yeah. She's going to be like, "Long time no see," just brandishing the knife. You get that nice little shing.
I still believe she's out there somewhere.
So do I.
Yeah. No.
No body, no death.
Yep. TV rules.
Yep. But, yeah, just as Logan's about to spill the details that he remembers from this night that he lied about, Edwin's parents come home and Veronica's like, shit, that was the one rule. No boys, you got to get out of here. And Logan's like, "I was just about to explain my whole entire plot situation." And Veronica's like, "We have to wait at least 5 episodes for that."
Well, he wanted her to find out more. I don't think he actually has more stuff for her. He doesn't have any more information.
I feel like he has to because he remembers stuff.
No, I mean, that's what we saw. It's the thing that we saw when he woke up and the guy was like, "Hey," and he saw the knife. That's the only thing that's the only thing we know. I don't think he knows anymore. He wants her to get more into this guy. He wants more information here.
He wants to know why Tom Griffith is trying to set him up.
Yeah.
So Veronica meets up with the parents. Parents are like, "How was Edwin?" She was like, "He was actually perfect. Like, it's kind of disgusting, to be honest with you. Like, he followed every rule right to a T. So you got a good kid." So then Veronica's leaving. The dad comes out to pay her. And he's like, "Hey, great job. You know, we got like a standing invite to hang out with our friends every Friday night. And, you know, I got a boat. So if you want to come and smoke a J or fool around or something, that's an invite for you too. And also Sunday night, we might have something." And Veronica's like, wait, what? What was that middle part?
That was amazing. That was the casualness of him just saying, "Oh, yeah, you want to come to the boat, smoke a J, fool around?" Was so
the nonchalance. Good. And then he's like, "Oh, also, Edwin, he drew a picture for you." And then he hands over this picture, and it's Veronica with her head flying off of her body, just blood spilling everywhere.
Now, what the dad just said to you is crazy. And then the dad gave you this picture. It wasn't the kid gave you this picture. The dad saw this picture and said, "Oh, yeah, I'm going to give this to you."
Oh, this must be for Veronica.
You need to put a tab. You need to get something into this house. You need to put a bug in this house and get these people off the street. Because the son is a serial killer and the dad is also probably a serial killer. Like, it's insane. Like, this is a problem. This household needs to be taken down. Honestly.
That kid is taking the eyes out of cats with BB guns or something. Like, that kid is a fucking menace.
And that dad is just sitting there watching it happen too.
Yeah.
Like,
perfect, like, American Psycho family.
Yeah. I was just like blown away that this happened. And it was like, yeah, that was weird. La 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 la. I continue with the story. They're not even the focus.
Yep. Nope.
I'm
They
locked in.
should be.
I'm locked in on this family. Drop everything.
Yeah. You go to privateeyeswithaz.com and look into these people. The
Yes.
Fullers. Stuart Fuller.
How, Veronica? How do you get handed this drawing? See this family? Get propositioned so casually. And it's just like, all right, next house.
You think Meg hooked up with this guy?
No. But I don't.
You would think
I don't,
that'd be something that she would
I
write
know,
about too.
But I know that he would have asked her that.
Yeah. This seems like after every time he's like,
Yeah.
hey, boat's still on.
Yeah.
If you still want that standing off, or no thanks. Just walk away.
Yeah. I don't know. But maybe we'll never see this family again. Maybe they'll come back.
Is the wife in on it? Is this a three-way situation?
I don't know. This was just mind-blowing.
Yeah.
And this isn't even the craziest part of the episode.
No, it's not. No, it is not. So then Veronica's emailing Wallace, giving him fake updates about stuff like, oh, I changed my name and all this shit. And she's annoyed that he's not answering her emails. Ms. Hauser, she's at school and she sees the invite to the bachelor auction. She sees it and she's like,
This invite is different, though.
Mm-hmm.
You know why, Joe. You know why.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know why?
Mm-mm.
Oh, my God. He's shirtless on this cover of this.
Oh, right. Yes, yes.
You're the one that's ogling this Sheriff Lamb all the time.
He looks good. He looks good.
The first one we see, he's got his cop uniform on. And this one, Veronica has photoshopped it so he's shirtless on it.
Look, dude, I didn't get a lot of sleep last night.
You didn't watch this last night, so I don't know what you're doing.
How do you know when I watched this? I did watch this last night.
You weren't asleep when you watched it.
Oh, fair, yeah. I'm just misremembering stuff. I'm tired.
Your excuse is like, my eyes were closed, so of course I didn't see it.
Yeah, I did a listen of this episode.
I mean, this is just right up your alley, man.
Sheriff Lamb's looking good, though. He's a handsome guy. I'm going to go back and look at him.
It was the best. It was the best Photoshop version of this that she pulled.
Oh,
obviously,
it's a head replacement.
It has to be because he wouldn't have released this. But she's doing this to get Miss Hauser to go to this thing. She puts it in the locker.
I don't know, man. I feel like, firemen do that sexy fireman calendar.
Yeah, but we've already seen the original invitation that he's in a uniform.
Yeah. So Veronica photoshopped this.
Yes, because then she shows up.
Hauser to go.
Then she shows up with her convenient "I'm babysitting" flyer in her hand right after she sees this. And she knows Hauser is a single divorcee.
Yeah. But Veronica's putting up all these babysitter flyers in the high school that she goes to.
I don't even think she's putting these ones up. I think she's just holding these to get
She's
her.
got one up.
Is there one up?
One up.
Really?
There's one up
wow.
on the door
Okay.
for the room that she's about to exit. But yeah, I think that it's also like she's holding a bunch to...
Yeah, just to remember this thing.
Yeah.
and
then Miss Hauser's like, it works. She's like, all right, you got references? And Frank's like, I got at least one.
I don't even understand. I understand that. Do you have references as a babysitter as a normal thing? You know who Veronica Mars is. You are her sex ed teacher. You work at the school. You know she was friends with the person that was murdered. You know her dad's the sheriff. You know whether or not she should be around your kid.
Yeah.
You don't need references. The reference is Veronica Mars.
Did Ms. Hauser not see the results of the purity test? I wouldn't trust this girl with my kid.
When it was spray painted on the lockers. Season one was a lot of locker defamation.
I mean, so much of the story of season one is people being like, oh, I've heard about the stuff that you get into, Veronica Mars. And then she's like, I got references to babysit. It's like, yeah, I've heard some stuff. I talked to Weevil.
Wait,
I don't know if I...
Wait, are you dating the billionaire's son? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think we would know about that. The guy that runs the town, basically.
Yeah. I mean, if you're a teacher, you hear rumblings of this shit.
You would hear it.
Yeah.
You would know everything about her.
Yeah. But she's looking like she's going to hire Veronica. So we have Kendall at home. There's a ringing at the doorbell. And who is it? It's Dick and Beaver's biological mom. She comes in, storms in. She blasts past Kendall. And she does not care at all for Kendall at all. And she makes him a meal, nice home-cooked meal. And Beaver's all happy that she's there. And Dick's like, hey, you know, the only reason you're here is to sign some stuff so we can get our trust fund, right? Our money's low and we need to survive and we need food. And the mom's like, yeah, I know. But, you know, I would spend more time with you kids if your dad would let me and all this stuff. And then Beaver's like, can't we just come live with you? Please. I love you, Mommy. Mommy, please let me live with you, Mommy.
Nobody loves Beaver.
And the mom's like, ooh, Beaver, I don't know about that. You know, we go to Europe all the time. And he's like, I fucking love Europe. I want to go. I want to go with you, Mom. And she's like, I got a thing.
And he's like, Wallace left to go to Chicago with his dad that he just found out about. Can I live with my mom in Europe that I know?
No.
She's like, ugh. And Kendall's in the kitchen, like fake wiping down the counter, overhearing all of this.
Yeah. In her robe.
Yeah.
So then we go to Veronica's house, and Miss Hauser shows up with Albert, her kid. And she also has very strict rules for Albert. She gives Veronica a brown paper bag. She's like, he can't eat anything that's not in this bag. He can't watch TV. He can't play. You can't play with him. This kid needs to be so bored. It's unbelievable. And Veronica's like, all right, sounds good. Miss Hauser leaves. She's like, I'm going to go get a date. So she leaves, and Veronica goes, hey, Albert, what do you want? And Albert goes, I want ice cream. And Veronica goes, well, your mom said that you can't have anything that's not in this bag. And then Albert goes, I want ice cream. He starts screaming. And Veronica looks like, oh, shit.
And luckily Wallace wasn't in town because he would be getting this phone call that Duncan gets.
Uh-huh. Yep. So Duncan then, like, fast forward a little bit, Duncan shows up with ice cream to give this real bitch of a kid. And he's like catatonically watching TV. Yeah. He's like in a trance. Yeah. Just like he's never seen TV before. He's like slack-jawed and drooling. Yeah. He's like, TV's so fucking good.
It's very interesting that they didn't just have ice cream.
Right? That seems like something they'd have.
She loves ice cream.
Yeah, who doesn't?
Do you have ice cream in your freezer?
Ice cream? I do at the moment. Yes, I do, actually.
Yeah.
It's for somebody else, but it's there.
No, I mean, I don't need to know your whole life story. I just wanted to know that. You're not on the stand.
When I get ice cream, it just gets eaten. It gets eaten that day. The pint's gone.
Okay.
So I usually don't have it.
It seems like Veronica would have ice cream because she mentioned like, oh, ice cream for dinner. I love that if I have it. But yeah.
But then Veronica steals some of Albert's homework to do the handwriting match test.
I have to say, I do love the shots of her being sneaky, stealing the handwriting samples because it's always this close up, this shot of her, and then she goes swoink.
Yeah, the hands like slowly sliding it and then just like putting it behind her back.
And she has no pockets to put it in, no bag. She just, you know, someone's going to catch her. They'd be like, hey, what are you doing with my son's drawing?
Yeah. Kid shows up to school. Where's your homework? It was right here, I swear.
I'd be terrified of Edwin finding me. I'd be so, I would put that back in the mailbox. I'd be like, Edwin, I'm sorry. Please don't hunt me down. Meg made me do it, and she's in the hospital.
So, fast forward a little bit more. Miss Hauser comes back. Albert's asleep on the couch, and she's like, "Oh my God, he's asleep. This never happens." And Veronica goes, "Yeah, I guess he must have been fucking bored to death."
Yeah.
And Miss Hauser's like, "All right, well, let me go get him." She throws him over her shoulder, and she's like, Mommy want a date with a hot young deputy, and with a name like Deputy Sax, you just know it's going to be good. That mustache as she's like leaving, and Veronica's like, gross.
I love that she says this out loud, which no one would necessarily say out loud here. Yeah, it's just for us to know that that's happening. I'm surprised she didn't. If she wasn't so horned up about her date with Deputy Sax, she might touch the TV and be like, this is warm.
Yeah. Touch the son's tongue. His tongue is cold.
He just had ice cream and he's watching the telly.
What are all those bowls in the sink? I gave him cereal, I swear.
That wasn't in the brown paper bag.
Open the trash can. Let me look.
You might be the first person to fail sex ed. Permanent record. You failed sex ed.
Yeah. It's like, I'm sorry. I don't know. I just don't know how it works. Maybe you could show me.
You might be a future business leader, Veronica, but you are not a future sex performer.
Sex leader.
Sex leader. Yeah.
So now Veronica, she goes to Tom Griffith's doctor office.
She's so busy, man. She's so fucking busy.
How does she have the time in the day to do all this?
She's also babysitting while she works at Jabba the Hutt.
Yeah, dude. I mean, when Duncan earlier is talking about how
it's a job.
Meg had a part-time job, I was like, you showed up every day over the summer to Veronica's job at Jabba the Hutt. And she works at the Mars Investigations office.
Well, that was a little kind of foreshadowing because he like says it, but he says it like he's explaining a job to Veronica, which is not, I think, his intention, but that's how it comes across. He's like, babysitting. It's like this thing is called like a part-time job. Like, I think he's trying to make fun of himself, but it doesn't come across that way. Because the last thing he says...
It felt like he was making fun of Veronica.
Yeah, because the last thing he says... Well, one, Veronica gets jealous because she knows all this, that he knows all this about her. But then he says her parents weren't big on the whole being spoiled thing. And then he has a look on his face and she looks at him like, well, you are spoiled.
Yeah.
Which is strange because she still likes him when he's spoiled. He's been spoiled the whole time. But he also doesn't... I don't know. Plus, he's also traumatized because his sister was murdered. So I give him a little pass on that. But I think that's foreshadowing Kane Industries running out of money and him eventually having to like fend for himself.
Out of the hotel suite.
Yeah. If he doesn't feel like the hotel was a downgrade from having his own pool and multiple rooms,
He's got multiple rooms. You telling me that the Neptune Grand doesn't have a pool?
Yeah, but you got to share it with all the
it's not
grandies.
Yeah, all the fucking.
But he can throw parties there.
Of Neptune.
He can throw parties there.
He absolutely can. He can hang out with the rappers that show up there every once in a while too.
Yeah.
Remember those guys?
Yep.
Bone Hamilton's clients. God, I remember too much about these shows.
Dude, they're deep into the brain. That's why I have shower thoughts about them. I'm like, why am I having shower thoughts about Veronica Mars? They were Bone Hamilton's rivals.
Yeah. Well, they used to be his clients.
Yeah. Former clients.
So, Veronica, she shows up to Tom Griffith. She's acting like she's looking to get some work done. And Tom Griffith's like, well, what do you want done? And Veronica's like, well, obviously a boob job.
Because this show loves harping on my boobs.
I know, dude. This is so sad.
He's like, I saw you on the that psychic talk show. Talking about the
Mama Max. Yeah. That makes sense. That checks out.
Because we all watch that. We all access show that everyone tunes into.
Madam Sophia.
Mama Max.
Yes, so obviously a boob job. Then a little nose job. I got a little bump on my nose.
I always think it's crazy when the actors have to talk about their actual physical features.
Yeah. Adam Bush talked about that in our interview.
Yeah.
Where he said, this guy with his beady eyes. He's like, that's not Warren. Head. That's just my face.
Yeah, check out the Adam Bush interview.
Yeah, that's on our YouTube. Boys watching Buffy on YouTube.
And on the main feed. Check it out.
Yep.
Villains Rewatch. Buffy Villains Rewatch with Adam Bush, a.k.a. Warren Mears.
So Dr. Tom, he's like, Veronica, this is kind of ridiculous. Like, you don't need to get any work done. You're like you're beautiful as you are. And you know what? I got to bounce. Here's a pamphlet on body dysmorphia, though.
When this happened, I was like, this is some bullshit. What? Like, most people that go in for plastic surgery like this, you wouldn't, like, she would have to be like, okay, you're way too, like, you've had like 4 procedures already. Like, I don't feel comfortable doing this. No way he would see her and be like, nope, everything's perfect. You're just fine. Like, that's just not how that
would
work.
Definitely see her and be like, yeah, them tits need a bigger, they need to get bigger.
Yeah, he's like, we can straighten out the nose. Like, that's what people do. That's
that's his job.
Yeah. I mean, you could definitely be like, okay, this is not, like, I don't feel comfortable about this, or this isn't good, or this procedure wouldn't be good for you. But he's like, nope, you're perfect the way you are. I'm like, what?
Yeah. Or he would be like, this is kind of risky. Like, here's the risks involved. Like, sure you want to do this?
Yeah, but you're perfect as is. I was like, is he trying to hook up with her?
Yeah. I mean, after what we saw with Stuart Fuller, I wouldn't put it past me. Any of these dudes in Neptune. And not to mention Kendall Casablancas. So he leaves and he's like, I got a client. And Veronica's like, okay, all right. I guess that was a fail. So she goes into her car and she's calling Logan. She's like, we get another classic Logan inspirational message voicemail. But Veronica's leaving a message. She's like, hey, I looked into your Dr. Tom Griffith. Seems like a real good guy.
You always try to brush over these inspirations. Like, why do you not want to be inspired? I just don't get it. I just don't get it. Every time we do this, you just go, yeah, I'm just going to go by it. Like, you're not writing these down.
What is it?
You don't write these down.
I know it's from Ben Franklin.
Yeah. Hey, it's Logan. Life's tragedy is that we get old too soon and wise too late. Ben Franklin. Veronica, this is the guy that you were dating?
Yep. The guy that you just saw fucking his friend's stepmom.
At your boyfriend's hotel home.
Yeah. But Veronica's leaving a message like, hey, here's a real tragedy for you, Logan. You're Dr. Tom Griffith. Seems like a real good guy. Like, I went to go check him out and seems like a real upstanding citizen. And then she looks into her rearview mirror and she's like, wait a minute. He said that he had another client, but it looks like Dr. Tom Griffith is on the move. Was he giving me the slip? And then Veronica's like, all right, well, I'm going to go follow this guy now.
This actually made a lot more sense that he would know who Veronica Mars was and that he did not want to deal with this and knew it was some type of, like, entrapment.
Yep. It's like, I know that this, like, I would be wary of any fucking interaction I had with Veronica Mars if I'm just like
It's crazy. Is over or under that Veronica has a threesome with Duncan and Logan?
Oh, shit. I mean, if it's a threesome with Duncan and Logan, it's over and under. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, Vance? Come on, give it to me. Give it to me. Yeah. That was a high five.
That was Joe Welke's 2 hands slapping together.
No, that was Vance high fiving me. You guys can't see. You high five.
I'm going to give it a 25% chance of it happening, but it's not a 0.
How do you think it happens?
How do I think it happens?
How do you think it happens?
They were already sitting on a couch together. Maybe another movie night turns erotic.
Now, do you think Duncan and Logan kiss?
Yes.
You think it's a Challengers situation, that movie with, what's her name, Zendaya?
Yeah, I haven't seen that movie, but yes, I would have figured it would be something like that. They're already in a hotel. Yeah. They're already in a hotel room together.
True.
Like True. all the setup is there. They have a hotel room.
Yeah. Duncan shows up with liquor all the time.
Yeah. 25%. Yeah. It's a chance.
I don't know. I think that Logan's a little too homophobic to make that happen.
Dude, these frat boys, man. Come on.
Yeah. I mean, after what we see later, yeah. I mean, it could happen. I mean,
I'm just putting it at 20. I'm just saying it's not a 0% chance in this show.
You think Weevil films it?
No.
They hire Weevil to film it?
No.
All right. I think it'd more likely be Veronica hooks up with Duncan and then like Duncan leaves to go somewhere and Logan shows up and then Veronica hooks up with Logan. Like a back-to-back situation.
Ugh, I think that's worse.
It is worse. That's grimy.
Yeah. I don't think that happens. I think that would be too grimy and it would paint Veronica in too much. I don't know. I'm saying it's a 25% chance. And the fact that it's not 0 is insane.
Yeah, I mean, Neptune's wild, dude.
You know.
At Sierra, you'll always find apparel, footwear, and gear for 20 to 60% less than department and specialty store prices. But right now, it's clearance time, so you can save even more on everything you need to get active and outside. Visit your local Sierra store today.
Prime delivery is fast. How fast are we talking? We're talking puzzle toys and lickpad delivered so fast you can get this puppy under control fast. We're talking chew toys at your door without really waiting fast. Pee pads, cooling mat, and peg hammer fast and fast. And there's training TREATS faster than you can say sit fast. And now we can all relax and order these matching hoodies to get cozy and cute fast. Fast free delivery. It's on Prime.
So we go over to the Casablanca's house, and Kendall is lounging by the pool, and Dick throws a bag at her. He's like, hey, there you go. Don't say I never did anything for you. And she's like, what is this? And she pulls out from the bag a sexy maid's outfit.
French maid's outfit, yeah.
Yeah, and Dick, like, cuddles up next to her. He's like, yeah, that's what you're going to be wearing when you're cleaning my fucking room, because it's heard that you need a job.
And the mom has signed over and given them their trust because she doesn't want to take care of Beaver and Dick. She's like, here's your money. I'm out.
Yep. Oh, I heard that Beaver wants to come hang out with me. Here, I'll even throw in a couple. Here's some money for pizza. See you guys. Yeah. I got to get back to Frisco or Europe or wherever I am.
Yeah.
God. I mean, Beaver does have a little bitch boy face.
But he's your kid.
Yeah.
And he's bitch boy face because of what you guys have done to him. They've treated him like shit his whole life. He doesn't
have a bitch boy face.
He's got just the jerk surfer look. He's just got blonde surfer boy look.
Yeah. But yeah, so now Dick is trying to bang Kendall because he's like, oh, this is a possibility. She banged Logan. I'm hotter than Logan.
Not according to the show.
Yeah. The show's logic makes no sense. Anyway, so Veronica follows Dr. Tom Griffiths to a cigar shop.
Mm-hmm.
And Veronica's like, man, this guy's been in the cigar shop. She's outside in her car, like doing a little stakeout. And she's like, man, this guy's been in the cigar shop for fucking ever. Another 5 minutes and I'm going in. Mm-hmm. Cut to her going in.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't see Tom anywhere. But then a cigar shop guy comes over and he's like, hey, can I help you? And she's like, yeah, I need some help with getting some Cuban cigars. And then as he's helping her, she sees Dr. Tom buying something and then leaving.
Mm-hmm.
And then Veronica's like, okay, this is suspicious. Okay. But then we have Veronica showing up to Gia's house, the Goodman household. Yeah. I mean, this show moves through some plots, dude.
Yeah, I know. It's like, she's like, all right, I got to babysit, got to go to sleepover. I wasn't even sure if the sleepover was a part of the babysitter plot. I thought it was just like another side tangent, but it's part of the babysitter plot because of the Goodman thing. So I think she kind of tricked Gia into wordplay into getting her to invite her over somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she shows up to the Goodman household and Gia opens the door and she's got a very strict, take your fucking shoes off, put them in this basket, and all the baskets are labeled with a label maker of like whose they are, and then there's guests baskets, and Veronica's like, Jesus Christ, these kids, these people are fucking anal as shit about this stuff.
I felt like that was anal, but like not insane.
Yeah, I mean,
that was just organized. I thought it was just
nice.
Organized. Yeah. It's like, that's kind of nice. It was interesting to have like guest sneakers spots, but I was like, it's not big enough if you had a bunch of people over. But, you know, and then there's like little baskets because Veronica brings over her own sleeping bag, like she's 5.
Yeah, or Ninja Turtle sleeping bag.
I'm surprised she even has a sleeping bag. Did she bring a sleeping bag when she went to Lily's?
Maybe. I don't know. I feel like if I walked into a house that was like this, I'd be like, whoa, fancy. And then I would feel like, oh, okay, I don't think touch anything.
I don't think you would say, whoa, fancy when you've been like hanging out with Duncan Kane and the 09ers forever. Like this isn't like her first foray into a nice house.
Fair. But Gia, after she puts Veronica's Converse into her little basket, she's like, I got a surprise for you. And then she puts her hand over Veronica's eyes. And then she drags Veronica to the living room where there is just a bunch of girls there jumping on the couch, having a fucking Girls Gone Wild party. And Veronica shows up and all the girls look at her like they're judging her. And I was like, didn't Gia just say that she doesn't have any friends?
Yeah, and then there's like, surprise, this is girls' night. And they got Rihanna Pun the Replay song and music video on TV.
They're all trying to learn the choreography for it.
They're doing each other's hair. Some people are just sitting there in their bras. It is. And I was like looking, I'm like, do we know these girls?
Yeah, same. I was like, do I recognize any of these people? Yeah. I did later.
Later, yeah. But here I was just like, I guess, because everyone has an opinion of Veronica that goes to the school.
Yeah, but Miss Hauser doesn't know anything about her. She's got to get references.
And I want to note that they are at Woody Goodman's house, the mayor's house.
Yep.
They're at the mayor's house right now.
Yeah. Yep. And so we then go back to the hotel suite of the Neptune Grand, and Logan and Kendall are getting it on. Where they're just finishing.
I love the like just finish acting where you just roll off of each other and it's like, great. That was just so like, and Kendall, action, roll over.
Yep. Kendall's loved it though. Great time. And she's like, you know what? It's crazy. Like, I kind of want to be with you all the time. And I loved the writing of this scene so much.
Yeah. I mean, you could tell right away.
It's just two horrible people throwing barbs at each other. And I was like, oh my God, like this is a fiesta of quote unquote. Like I kept writing down quotes because I was like, oh, that's a good one. And then like the next comeback would happen. And I was like, oh my God, damn, dude, like this is fucking. So Kendall's like, yeah, I fucking want to be with you all the time. Like you're so good. And Logan, he turns to her, is like, dude, hey, when you're looking for a sugar daddy, at least pick the richest guy in the hotel suite. And then Kendall looks at him like, oh, and he goes, what? Did that hurt your feeling? I was like, God damn, Logan. And then Kendall's like, what are you talking about? Does this not mean anything to you? I mean, I feel like after a bit of time, like we've grown. And yeah, does this not mean anything to you? And Logan goes, yeah, it means I'm getting laid. And Kendall goes, no, I feel like we have a connection. I feel like we've grown into something more. And Logan says, oh, interesting. Your feelings have grown as your available balance has shrunk. It's like science. Yeah. I was like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
And Kendall was like, well, you know what? If you're not going to do stuff for me, I'm not going to do stuff for you. She's basically, I'm going to withhold the pussy from you if you give me some stuff.
Well, he's like, oh, you're going to have to go back to sleeping with these like high schoolers. Like you got a good thing going because she's like more experienced and stuff like that.
Yeah. You're going to go back to these high schools that only do missionary. And Logan's like, I don't care. And she's like, no, you're going to do favors for me. And Logan says, when the milk stops being free, I stopped drinking it.
Yeah.
Oh my God, dude.
Yeah.
And then Kendall goes, so what am I supposed to do? And Logan goes, frankly, my dear, you know the rest. And he puts on his shirt. I was like,
dude, this is very Sunnydale-esque where all the kids quote old movies all the time. He's quoting Casablanca.
Well, he's the kid of an actor. That makes sense.
I will say kids of actors aren't really like cinephiles.
Tell that to Jada and Willow Smith. Jaden and Willow Smith. They seem like very artsy fartsy people.
Yeah, but not like they sat around watching black and white movies.
Oh, they absolutely did.
No.
They absolutely did.
I like your example. Of all the examples you picked was Will Smith's kids. Based off of Will Smith being like a
Have you heard any of John Lennon's kids' music? Is artsy fartsy bullshit.
What?
All these kids of celebrities are artsy fartsy. Fucking Rumor Willis, she was in Broadway Chicago. They're all artsy as hell.
Okay. I'm not going to derail the podcast here.
Okay. All right. So, yeah. Kendall's all pissed off, but I was like, man, Logan's on fire. Like, it was like NBA Jam. Like, he's on fire. With
she knew what she was getting into. I mean, I love the fact that she's in this guy's room that he's sharing in a hotel. And she's like, well, this is my chance for money. Yeah. Logan.
Yeah. I mean, Logan is even like, dude, I know what you're up to. Yeah. That's the problem with like hooking up with your stepson's best friend. Like, word gets around.
Exactly. All these rich kids talk. Everybody would talk and gossip. It's a small town. People don't know who Veronica Mars is sometimes.
I mean, I don't know why she doesn't just go and bang Dick. Casablancas, that is.
I like that you felt you needed to clarify.
Dick Jr. I mean, he's down. He's got money.
Yeah, I feel like she would do something more shady with him and like extort him for money as opposed to something like this. I think she doesn't like him. She's spent too much time around him that she's like,
yeah, I mean, he is a douche.
Yeah, but I mean, so is Logan.
Yeah, true.
But Logan doesn't live at the house.
But
and
he's
it's more
so
like
hot, Vance.
And he's got, you call him and you get inspired and you're like, I got to see him.
True.
But she should just go for another rich single guy.
This place is fucking littered with them.
Yeah. You know who's free now? That guy who's staying at Nick Cage's house.
Oh yeah. The whiskey bourbon mogul guy.
Now she wouldn't be down for him because she'd be like, he doesn't have enough money. And that would have been a big burn. Like if that burn happened to Kendall, where she's like, I can't be with this guy. And then it turns out he actually did have money. And it's like, fuck you, Kendall, you gold digger. Like,
yeah.
That would work a little better. But yeah, I don't think going with the high schoolers is the way to go.
I mean, hook up with the no abs having guy.
Well,
he has abs.
She doesn't have access to him.
You don't think so?
No, he's like a Hollywood actor that was only around because of Aaron Eccles.
Mm-hmm. All right. So yeah, Kendall's all upset. She's leaving after Logan kind of kicks her out. And as she's leaving, she hears the shower running across the suite.
Across this ever-changing suite layout.
Yeah. Yep. And she's like, well, Logan did tell me to do this. I guess I have the A-OK.
Is this the same bathroom that Veronica and Wallace had a conversation in?
It might be.
It doesn't look like, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. Because that looked like a separate sink situation.
Yeah, this is, what is she sitting on when he comes out? Was he in the shower in his room?
I think so. It looks like she's sitting on like a chaise lounge chair.
Yeah.
But I don't know. So Duncan's showering. And he's turning off the shower. He wraps a towel around him and Kendall's there. And she's like, hey there, big boy. And Kendall's nude. And she's like, I got this itch on my back and I just can't reach it. Can you do me a favor? And Duncan's looking at her like, yeah, boing, boing, boing.
Remember the beginning scene when I said Kendall's hot?
Oh, his tongue's rolling down. He's like a cartoon wolf. Auga!
Yeah.
So we go back to the Goodman household. Veronica meets Rodney. And Gia's there, and she's like, oh, yeah, that's my little brother Rodney. He's a little weird. He's like writing thank you cards for something. I forget why. Mm-hmm. And then he spills some water, and he's like, oh, shit. Oh, no, I spilled it. My mom's going to freak out. And he starts like rubbing where the water is with like a sponge. And Gia's like, hey, don't worry about it. It's just water. And he's like, no, I'm going to go. No.
Yeah.
And then Veronica steals one of the thank you cards very slyly.
Great sleight of hand, Veronica.
Yeah. And then, Veronica goes back to partying with Gia. And then we see Woody Goodman. He's pulling Rodney aside. And he's like, get it together, son. He's like, your mother's going to be home soon.
Yeah. He like freaks out on his son. And Veronica sees this. And I was like,
yep.
Did he notice that little water spot? Because there's like a ton of kids in your house right now.
Right? Something's getting spilled. There's like 7 or 8 girls there, and they're all like, pizza's the best thing that you can eat. It's got so many carbs, more than carbs in any food ever. But Veronica peeks at this, and then Woody's like, don't worry. We're not spying on girls' night. We're just, just having a little talk with old Rodney here. And then as the girls are partying, Gia starts to freak out. She's like, oh, shit. Everybody stop partying. I just heard my mom. I think I just heard my mom come home.
Hide the vodka.
Like,
hide the vodka. Because Veronica's sitting there, like, just watching these girls talk about pizza and just being teenage girls hanging out. Yeah. And
you were about to say vapid.
I was going to say vapid. I was going to say vapid, but they are vapid. But this is also what just hanging out would be in high school.
Yeah.
So it's like,
that's what we do when we hang out. Talk about how many carbs are in pizza.
And then I'm like, hide the vodka. And you're like, you're a full grown adult. You can have the vodka.
Fuck, I heard my mom.
Yeah. But it's just a close up of Veronica. Like, just, you can hear all this. And it's just her being like, why am I here? And this is, my thought was, Veronica, you should be hanging out with Cora. Cora's the best friend you could possibly have. And I don't know what to think about Gia and this group.
Me neither.
Well, this group is a bad group, and she knows it's a bad group. But this is also the group that she hung out with when she was with Lily.
Yep.
When her life was perfect, as she seemed to think.
Yeah, she already had the perfect homecoming dance, spring fling dance.
And now she's tied her life to Duncan, Logan, and Dick. All right.
So after Veronica hears that the mom is home, she's like, I'm going to sneak off real quick and spy a little bit.
Yeah.
So she does that. The mom comes home and she's walking with this insane posture.
Yeah.
And it's like shrouded in darkness. You only really see the silhouettes.
And houses like this do look like this at night. Houses like this, when those lights are out and it's not sun coming in, it's just so much,
So the mom walks over to Rodney, and Rodney's sitting in a chair and he's kind of like slumped over, and the mom's like talking to him, and she's like, all right, you follow me. And so the mom goes into a room, and then you pan across the room and you see Woody Goodman just like, oh no, what is she going to do to my son? And then he walks off into a separate room.
I was like, this is Aaron Eccles 2.0 situation.
Yep, that's exactly what I was thinking, dude.
I was like, they were like, oh, we didn't finish it in the first season. Let's do this again. And I was like, what is happening?
We need some more cinematic abuse scenes.
Yeah, like very cinematic. It is so.
I mean, even the colors are cinematic because you get that orange and then the blue glow, and you just see Woody Goodman like, oh no.
And I'm like, he spilled water that. Who told you? Because Woody comes home and like, he's like, what did you do? I'm like, how did you even know he spilled water?
It's insane.
Yeah.
But meanwhile, Gia's in another room with like 8 other girls jumping up and down on the couch.
Drinking vodka. I got a big thought at the end. Big thought / question that will relate to this. But yeah.
Yeah. So then we go to the hotel suite. Logan's flipping through some channels on the TV, and he sees Kendall leaving Duncan's room, and she's like fixing her blouse.
I mean, she would have had to put her clothes back on, so we don't know.
True.
We don't
know.
And we don't know how much time has passed.
Maybe she's heard that Duncan got his massage therapy license.
Yeah, he just wants to practice for Veronica. He's like, if I can massage Kendall, who's twice the height of Veronica, it'll be so much easier when I do Veronica.
Yeah, and Kendall's body is broken down a bit more than Veronica's because she was a Laker girl. She's dancing.
Yeah.
Those dancers, they got a lot of tension.
Yeah. Her old 25-year-old body. So enough time would have had to pass because Logan is watching some TV at this point. Like, if you're going to turn her down, it's got to be like, get out.
Yeah. But she's kind of leaving, and Logan's just like, wow. And he goes, you ever just think about getting a job? And then Kendall turns to him and goes, this is my job. And then she leaves. I was like, God damn.
It is so interesting that Charisma Carpenter got cast in this role. There's so much more she can offer from what we've seen from her in Buffy and Angel.
Yeah, the later, like season 3 of Angel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
She's great.
Yeah. So it's interesting that like she's back in the like, all right, I'm hot and this is what I'm doing. But there's a little more I think they're actually going to do with her. As much as I thought she was done, because legally she should probably be under some type of investigation. I'm happy that she's here and she might like throw some like crazy curveballs into it because I think she's got something to offer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's menacing.
Yeah.
If she's not purposefully throwing crazy curveballs, she's like at least accidentally like.
Well,
there's factors.
She's trying to look out for herself. I think there's gonna be some stuff happening between her and Dick. There's gonna be, it's fun. It's fun to see what happens here.
Yeah, I'm excited. I like Charisma Carpenter.
Yeah.
So then we go back to the Goodman household and it's girls' night at the pool. And the girls are talking about how they love the movie Pretty Woman. And somebody was like, Julia Roberts' character has my dream job. And you just hear Veronica going, she was a hooker.
I'm with Veronica on that, dude. Pretty Woman is a crazy story. People talk about flipping the Kendall Logan thing around to like if it was a guy and a girl switching that. Imagine telling someone that you met your wife through like, oh yeah, I hired her as a prostitute. And then I fell in love with her. And everyone would be like, oh, cool, that's a beautiful love story. No, in real life, people would not even look at that like the same way. And it's like the most romantic comedy.
Vance, you find love in the craziest of places.
I'm just saying, if you told people in real life that, it would be it wouldn't be the reaction of, oh, Pretty Woman, yay. They'd be like, did you hear about that? His wife came from that. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We found love in a hopeless place. We found love in a hopeless place.
I want to say this, though. That pool, awesome looking.
That pool looks nice. Yeah,
that
it's got
pool
like a grotto situation.
It's the best pool setup we've seen so far.
Yeah.
And we haven't seen
sick.
Yeah, we've seen the other pools at night. This one's got good lighting, good uplighting, good reflection.
We saw the cane pool, and it's very minimalist. Like they look like they have a very like brutalist architecture type thing, minimal.
Casablanca's pool is like a nice pool. It's a nice pool, but also just this one's good. And they're hanging out, drinking by the pool. It's a good time.
Yeah.
Maybe not the best crowd of people. Maybe not the best group of people for Veronica.
Terrible crowd of people.
If you're Veronica, take Veronica out of that, they're having a blast.
I love that Veronica, like the contrast of all the outfits, because like the girls were in like bras and stuff earlier, and then now they're by the pool in bikinis, and Veronica's still in like her black t-shirt and jeans.
Yeah.
And we see Madison, throwback Madison character, who's got a terrible tribal tattoo, a la Faith Lahane from Buffy. And I think it's Madison that's like points at Veronica's chest, and she's like, maybe you should get a tattoo right here so that people have something to look at. I was like, damn.
I know, dude, girls are vicious.
The writers are vicious. I mean, the writer's a woman, Diane Ruggiero.
Yeah, man. It's. Did they sit down with her and be like, "Hey, Christabel, we know you're not the most top-heavy person. Are you okay if we just point that out every other episode and maybe 3 times in one?"
Yeah,
it's like, geez,
yeah, sure, I guess. But so then Veronica turns to Gia and she's like, "Hey, Gia, how's it going with Dick? You still macking on Dick?" And then Madison's like, "Dick? Like my ex Dick? Casablancas?" And Gia's like, "Oh my God, you two went out?" And then Dick and Beaver show up with some booze.
Yeah.
They're over a hill. And they're like, "Hey, we're here for the panty raid. We're staying for spin the bottle." And Beaver looks like he's ready to party too. Like he's not sad boy in this scene.
What is that? Beaver, do you like your brother? Like, are you just tagging along? Why would Dick even bring you to this?
Yeah, this seems very out of character for Beaver.
Also, must reiterate, this is the mayor's house. The mayor and his wife are home. He is showing up screaming at the top of his lungs, which you would hear inside the house. Hey, we're partying. He's holding a bottle and they are obviously intoxicated. Good time. They're about to have a fun time.
I just want the mom to come out with her Terminator fucking posture stance.
That stick is like all the way up her ass. Like it's up to the top of her brain. Like she is stiff.
Yeah. But Veronica sees Dick and Beaver show up and she's like, "That's it. I'm out. I got what I needed. I got the handwriting sample. I did. This is not a good party."
Yeah.
Dick is Dick.
He's like, "I'll see you over at Logan and Duncan's place, Veronica. Like, you can't get away from me."
Dude. She should just go to Chicago with Wallace. She misses him so much. She's like, "I'm out of here, dude."
That'd be amazing.
There's got to be some kind of weird crime going on there.
If I'm Keith, I'm like, you should go for it. Get the fuck out of this place. It's about to turn into a city, and that can only be bad.
Yeah. So then we go to Veronica at home, and she's laying in bed, and Keith comes in. He's like, "Hey, thought that you were sleeping over at the Goodman household. Like, what are you doing home?" And Veronica's like, "Yeah, I had to bounce." And then he sniffs Veronica's coat. He smells the cigar smoke from when she went to the cigar shop. And he's like, "Where the hell were you?" And she's like, "I went to a cigar shop. I had to take a shit." And
I don't understand Keith's like when she tells him like obvious lies and he just goes, "Okay, sure. I'm going to believe that."
And it's such an obvious lie because she always takes like 3 seconds to come up with a story.
And also like, it's Veronica. You know she's not popping into a cigar shop to go take a piss or whatever.
Yeah. But he's like, "Oh, okay, you had to go take a shit. Well, next time that you have to take a shit, find better facilities. Because that cigar shop, man, back when I was sheriff, I tried to bust them for like 20 times because it's very obviously like a drug front. They're doing a lot of drug dealing out of there." And Veronica's like, I won't look into this the rest of the episode.
Well, I got to save that for the future because that plays into the longer plot of who killed Felix. But I love how he just dropped like information like that so casually.
Yeah.
I would be like, "Oh, Veronica went to a cigar shop to go." You would never go to a cigar shop to use a bathroom ever. That is not even close to where you would go. Also, it's by the beach. There's those public bathrooms. She would hate that, but she also hates the smell of smoke that he already knows, probably. And just when you be asking questions if you're a kitty, like after what you just been through with her.
Yep.
She's getting through. Every time I ask a question, I'm asking her 3 times. She's going to have to lie to me 3 times in a row.
Do you think Veronica's like that Will Ferrell character from Austin Powers where like after you ask the 3rd time, he has to tell the truth?
Because I feel like the first time would be just like an instantaneous lie. Like she can't help to just lie the first time you ask her a question. Now you ask her a second time, she's like, I'm going to lie again, but the shield, the walls start to fall down. The third time, and you do the sad puppy dog Keith look, and then she's like, I can't lie to you anymore, Dad. Yeah.
Yeah. But then Veronica shows up to Duncan's hotel suite.
Yeah. Why he does not live in an actual place, whatever.
My mind went from house to apartment to suite. Like, I was like, wait, what? She makes fun of him because he's wearing a turtleneck to go break into Meg's house. She's like, what's next? You got a ski mask too? And he's like, I've never broken into a house. I don't know what the fuck we're doing. I'm a spoiled rotten 09er.
Yeah. And Veronica's like, I break into houses just for fun. Like, what do you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's practice.
Yeah.
This is old hat from, why am I even bringing you?
Yeah. That was a question I had, but then it becomes a little more relevant later. But at first I was like, can't she just do this? You've been in her room before.
So as they're planning out their heist to get the book from Meg's room, Logan comes out. And Logan leans up against his little door entryway, and he's like, hey, Duncan, Kendall wasn't bugging you earlier, was she? And Duncan goes, no, she was fine. She was just asking me for, help with something. And then Logan goes, yeah, interesting. And she was in there for a while, though, wasn't she? And then Veronica looks over at Logan, and she looks up at Duncan, and Duncan's like, she was fine. And then Veronica's like, oh, what the hell was that? And then Logan's like, okay, yeah, I just know how Kendall can be. All right, cool. He slinks back into his room.
Why would you
plant that seed?
Why would you let Logan live at your place? This is the problem. You want to bring Veronica there for sex. You can't do it with
dude.
You can't do it with Logan there.
No, Logan's a menace.
Yeah.
Logan is an absolute menace. But I love this scene and Duncan trying to play it off. Yeah, no, nothing.
I thought they were going to talk about this the whole time for this heist.
I thought so too. I thought on the drive over, Veronica's like, so what was that about?
Yeah.
But Veronica's too focused on being jealous about Meg. Okay, she can't. She's got to laser focus her jealousy into one.
I got to be jealous at the girl who almost died in a bus crash that might have been targeted at me, who is now in a coma.
Yeah. Who should I be jealous of? The person who might actively be fucking Duncan, or the girl in the coma, who I feel terrible about her being in a coma?
Should I give Duncan a pass because he saw me coming out of the bathroom with Logan at school?
Yeah, never mind about this Kendall situation. So Veronica and Duncan, they're at Meg's house now, and Duncan's like, yeah, I know where the secret key is stashed because, Meg, she fucking klutz that she is, forgetful little ditzy Meg. She always forgot her keys. So I know where the secret key is stashed. And Veronica's like, how fucking dare you?
It's like he dated her, dude. He's going to know information.
And so they go into the house.
Not only that, they were friends prior to him dating her. She was in the circle.
Friends, yeah.
No, but I mean, Meg was in their circle in the Purity episode. Like, she was with them hanging out. So, like, she was a part of it. Yeah.
She was dating that guy Cole.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. But they go into the house. Duncan's like, her room is up this way, and Veronica's like, how the fuck do you know that? And then they go into her room, and Veronica's like, all right, I'll check under the bed, you check the closet. And Duncan's like, don't worry about that, I know it's not in there, I kind of got an idea where it is. And Veronica's like, why do you know so much about this girl you dated? And so Duncan goes over to the vent, nice little callback. And Veronica's like, oh, sharing Lily's secrets. And Duncan's like, yeah, I passed it off as my own, though.
But he says also it's Logan's secret, which we know Logan taught that to Lily.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So Duncan finds the composition notebook, gives it to Veronica. Veronica starts looking through it, and it's like, the quote that the kid kept writing over and over again, it was something about like the righteousness of God or something.
The path of God is paved through righteousness.
So while Veronica's reading this, Duncan finds an envelope in the vent too. And he does a little sneaky, I'm going to take this and not tell Veronica about that.
We are getting a lot of Duncan in this episode. Like, he's doing a lot of stuff in this one. Like, he's got a lot more to do than just to be like this weird... Someone called him a golden retriever, I think, on Discord or something. And it really is his character. Like, the one time he's looking at Veronica when she's making a phone call to arrange babysitting, he's just like, wow, this is impressive. How are you pulling this off? but here he's got his like black turtleneck and he's like looking over his shoulder to make sure Veronica doesn't see him pocket this. And you're like, ooh, he's going to have a little secret now.
Yeah. Everybody in Neptune's got a little secret.
Yeah.
You're not a Neptune resident without a little secret.
Got to be hiding something.
So Veronica's looking at this composition notebook and she's like, I don't know, man. I don't think this is a little boy's writing. And then she pulls out all the homework and thank you notes that she stole. And she's like, and it doesn't really match any of the writings. I mean, Rodney's is the neatest, but like this is really girly, neat handwriting. So I don't think it's any of these boys. Maybe it was a girl. And Duncan's like, can't be. And then the parents come home and they hear the parents are like, oh shit. Oh, you're right.
No, that's not what happened. A little bit. Yeah, no.
So they go out into the hallway.
Wait, before that, she looks on the nightstand and grabs a photo of Meg, her other sister, and her youngest sister.
Yeah,
and
Lizzie and
Grace. Lizzie and Grace is the youngest one. And he looks at that picture and she's like, maybe she's covering for someone.
Yeah. And Duncan's like, what? What could she be covering for?
Yeah.
I swear it was a boy. She said boy in the emails.
I could read this envelope that I don't know what's inside of it that could give us clues, but I don't want you to know about it because it's an envelope. And I guess it would be something that I don't want Veronica to see, even though I have no idea what it is.
What if it's a love letter?
What if it's actually the identity of the person being harmed?
What if it's a living will that says, if I'm ever in a coma, pull the plug on me? And then Duncan Kane gets all of my assets.
She doesn't have assets yet.
She's got
this family. Who knows? Who knows what kind of trust they got set up?
Who knows what the fuck's going on with this family?
Yeah. So yeah.
Veronica's like, wait a second. There's a third sister that has never been mentioned before.
We've seen her too. We've seen her when they went to the hospital. Yeah, she was in the hospital when we saw the two sisters.
You're right.
Yeah, we've already seen her.
So Veronica goes into Grace's room and she's like, I think it might be this Grace girl. So Veronica opens Grace's closet and sees just a stack of like 600 composition notebooks. And she goes through like 3 of them and sees that they're all the same shit.
She's like typical Bart Simpson torture. Just writing. They don't have a chalkboard, so they make her write these notebooks.
Yep. And then so Duncan's like, what is it? What is it? And she's like, it's all the same. It's all the same notebooks. And then she's like, wait a minute. I think I hear something. And she like parts the clothing in the closet. And then she opens a secret door to reveal a little Victorian ghost girl hiding in the walls.
I really wish they would have done a, what the fuck is that? With Duncan. And he's like, oh, that's just Grace. I know her. Because she definitely dressed like, oh my God, the woman in the house, whatever that like movie was. What was the one with Nicole Kidman and that like family full of ghosts?
The Others?
Yeah, The Others.
That movie's fucking great.
Isn't it similar to a different movie too? I never saw The Others.
There's a big twist.
Yeah.
There's a big twist in The Others. I recommend everybody watch The Others. It's great.
Wasn't it like around the Sixth Sense time too?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, they reveal Grace is living in the walls.
I love that Grace is like, they try to get Grace out and she says, I don't want to be tested again. Daddy knows when the door's open. All this stuff,
Yeah. And Veronica's like, we're going to take you out of here. We're going to save you. And Grace is all scared. And then Veronica pulls out her phone, and Meg's dad shows up with a fucking baseball bat.
He is wielding a baseball bat. And at this point, I'm like, what the fuck is this show?
Yeah.
Like, this is so wild.
He thinks that there's a robber.
I mean, but he isn't reacting the way like, oh, I see what you guys are doing here. You know, like it is just a crazy thing to have in this episode.
Mm-hmm. So he almost hits Veronica with the baseball bat. Duncan stands in the way, and the dad like jerks back, doesn't hit any of them, and he's like, Grace, go downstairs. I gotta deal with this.
Yeah. The wife comes up too. The wife is there.
So the dad's like, Veronica, Duncan, get on the floor. Tells the mom to call the sheriff.
Mm-hmm.
Lamb shows up.
I love they go straight to calling the sheriff and not the cops. Just straight to the top of the top.
So Lamb shows up, and the dad's like, I found Veronica and Duncan rifling through my daughter's things. And Veronica's like, no, we were trying to save the daughter. She was stuck in the wall. He's abusing her. And then Lamb is like, Veronica, I ain't fucking get up. Puts handcuffs on Veronica, and Veronica's like, look in the closet, move the clothes. There's a secret door.
Mm-hmm.
That's where they were keeping Grace. And Lamb looks at her like, sure. Puts handcuffs on Duncan. And then the dad's like, I want them prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. And Lamb is like, okay, sure.
I want my lawyer Cliff.
Yeah. So he takes Veronica and Duncan to the cop car.
And now this is where we get a little montage ending.
Mm-hmm.
And the song that's playing here, I hadn't heard before.
Mm-hmm.
But it is a perfectly weird vibe. I had to look it up after. It's this group called Air, and the song is called Run. And it's given a little bit of a vibe of the Computer Magic Running song mixed with, if you're a video gamer, the Portal end songs, the GLaDOS Portal songs with the like digital voice. And it is a perfectly weird vibe for this ending.
If I'm not mistaken, I think the band, you remember that band Phoenix? They did the song Listomania and like 1901. If you heard it, you would know it.
Yeah.
I'm pretty certain that the band Phoenix used to be the backing band for the band Air.
Okay. But like this song comes in and it's very specifically weird.
It is very weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's a good song.
I liked it. It was definitely a vibe for the end of this.
Yeah.
Not what I was expecting the way this episode started. This episode goes through some journeys, man. We were just at a party with Dick and Beaver getting drunk. We got Kendall going back and forth between rich high school boy trying to gold dig, and now we're here with a girl trapped in the closet. And this montage.
So Lamb puts Veronica and Duncan in the car,
and
then he goes back into the house. And the dad's still sitting in Grace's room, and he comes up into Grace's room, and the dad's still talking about, like, I want them prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. Lamb doesn't say anything, goes for the closet, moves the clothes out of the way, and the dad's like, hey, what are you doing? You can't just go around looking around my house. Lamb opens the door, he sees the secret place that Veronica was talking about, and the dad's like, hey, you can't just go poking around in the house and all this stuff. You can't do that. And then Lamb goes up to him and he goes, funny, I heard my father give that exact same speech once. And then he leaves, and the dad looks shook. If you had a camera on me, I looked shook because I was like, wait, is this guy Lamb's dad?
Oh, is that what you got from that? No, it's like Sheriff Lamb has daddy issues. His dad was abusive to him. That's what that means.
I mean, I wrote down, was Lamb abused by it as a kid? And then I was like,
that's
wait
what
a
it
minute.
means.
I took it a step further. I was like,
no.
Is this guy Lamb's dad?
That would be not feasible. But
this is the show, Vance. We thought that Duncan and Veronica were brother and sister.
No, I figured it was just them trying to give Lamb his daddy issues and stuff like that. Yeah.
If he's got daddy issues, why does he hate Keith so much?
Because Keith's trying to take his job from him, undermining him, not letting him be crooked, and trying to get all the rich people arrested.
Poor Sheriff Lamb, though.
Yeah, I got my note on Sheriff Lamb after this next scene.
So Sheriff Lamb gets back into the cop car, drives around the corner, pulls over, gets Duncan and Veronica out of the car, uncuffs them, and he goes, "Get out of here." And he gets back in the car and drives off. And Logan and Duncan and Veronica are looking at it like, "What the hell just happened here? I could have swore that we were fucked, but he just let us go. What's up with this?"
And here's where I was like, he's still a crooked cop. Like, you can give me a layer that like, oh, he was abused. He doesn't like seeing that like this dad is abusing someone else or whatever. Sure, that's fine. Like, he's not going to let someone just shoot someone else. Like, he'll arrest them. He'll stop a serial killer, whatever. But he's still a crooked cop. He's still strong arming people. He's still not taking sexual assault charges as like he's like, you can do this like daddy issue thing to try to get me on this like side. People have layers. He still should not be a cop because he abuses his power. Yeah. So I mean, he's going to have layers. He's not a purely 100% sociopath. He's not an Edwin.
Yeah.
He's not an Edwin.
Edwin was the kid from Angel that didn't have a soul.
Yeah, exactly. That's why Neptune's problematic, dude.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's see where this goes. Like I would not even expect Lamb to side with the dad and not care about this kid that's being trapped. Like, that's not anything that they portrayed him to be. So he can have multiple facets of this personality.
They're doing a Logan. They're trying to build sympathy for Lamb here.
Yeah. They started doing that last episode too, where he was like ripping on Logan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we go back to Meg's family home, and the dad and the mom are just like in the living room, and the dad looks out the window and he sees Sheriff Lamb in the cop car outside across the street watching them. And the dad's like, "Oh no."
Interesting that we don't see like just them being handcuffed and put into a car.
Yeah, we don't see Lamb. Lamb's got such a problem with this abuse, but he's like, "I'm not going to arrest. I'm just going to keep an eye on him."
I don't know what more evidence you need.
Yeah. He had to push over those 900 composition books.
Yeah. Just grab one of those books and interview the daughter, call child service. Like, moves should be happening. Now, I'm worried next episode won't even really address this. And then we'll get like we'll get like some random line from Lizzie, like, yeah, my parents are taken out. This is where I jump to my main point about this. The parents in Neptune hate their youngest child. They absolutely hate the youngest children because we got Beaver that gets shit on all the time. Birth mom doesn't like him. Stepmom doesn't like him. Dad doesn't like him. Now we go to the Goodmans. The Goodman family, Gia's having a party with booze, screaming. Dudes are showing up.
Yeah.
But somehow the youngest sibling is just getting like chewed out for spilling water or something, right?
Yeah.
And then you cut to this family. Meg has been dating, she was dating Cole before. She was dating Duncan, actually going out and meeting Duncan's family at Jabba the Hutt or whatever. She was like living an actual life, going to parties. Lizzie has been all over the place. But somehow the youngest girl, they got her writing in a notebook and locked in a closet.
Well, we don't know that Meg and Lizzie didn't go through that.
If they did, they could just say it.
Mm-hmm.
Why would you go around the roundabout way of being like, it's my youngest sister? And Lizzie doesn't come across as a character that would not do that.
Yeah.
Like she had the wherewithal to hide the the laptop, but why is Lizzie not making phone calls about this? She hates her parents. She hates her parents because her parents think that Meg's a goody two-shoes. And like, it makes her bad. She rebels because of Meg's goodness. But now we have this thing, which is like the parents. It's no way the parents did that to Lizzie, and this is her acting out, because they would be way more strict at home.
Yeah. And speaking of younger siblings, I mean, Wallace's little brother gets no airtime. Lily Kane got murdered.
I mean, he's doing the best. I mean,
yeah.
Oh,
really
they also did hate Lily too. The parents hated Lily.
Yeah.
They loved Duncan. Hate
She was
Lily.
a problem. She had to get taken out.
I don't know. It's just so weird that the Woody Goodman one is the trickiest one. I mean, this is tricky too. This is tricky too, but Goodman is weird.
We go to the Eccles. We see Logan getting belt whipped. He's the youngest.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know anything about Gia. She's out in Sydney or whatever.
No, Gia's the Woody's one. You're talking about Trina.
Oh, yeah, Trina, yes. Yeah,
we don't know what Trina. Yeah, it's just all the youngest, and that's why Veronica's like, okay, because she's the only child.
Yeah. Keith's like, you're lucky we didn't have a second unnamed child that we didn't have.
Dude, if Alicia hits Wallace's little brother, that will complete the roundabout.
That would.
Because right now he seems like he's got the most okay childhood considering. But here's the thing. He's the youngest, but he's not the youngest in he's the first of the son of the father. Like genetically
Yeah.
is
Hank Fennell.
Yeah, so because of that, he's able to avoid the youngest child curse.
Yeah, a new bloodline is started.
Yes, the youngest child curse that is plaguing Neptune. Because it's
like
insane.
The Slayer line.
Yeah. It's insane how they're treating the youngest kids. Like, Gia's having a party.
I don't know. The Mac's little sister? What about Mac's little sister?
Mac's little sister. Well, again,
doing all right.
Again.
Bloodline
switch.
Yeah.
Yeah, it tracks.
Yeah.
Yeah. And because they swapped them, it broke the curse. This is the new final destination.
Yeah. So, that's Nobody Puts Baby in a Corner. A lot of stuff going on. A lot of interesting things.
They put Baby in the closet. That's what they did.
Yeah. Nobody puts her in a corner.
God, what an ending. But I was happy to be introduced to that song, Run by Air.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
Next episode is titled Ahoy Mateys. Vance just hung his head in shame.
All right. Yacht party.
Yeah. Whose yacht, though? I'm saying Woody Goodman.
I'll say, just to switch it up, Dick Casablancas.
I'm also going to predict that somebody falls off the boat and it leads to drama.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know what the plot's going to be. Dick Casablancas is throwing an emancipation yacht party.
Fuck yeah. Yeah, with his $1 million that he got from his trust fund that it will blow through in like 6 weeks.
Just, property tax alone, they're done. I think they said it was $1 million. It didn't seem like
both of them got $1 million.
It didn't seem like it was, and I was like, they are not living a frugal lifestyle.
Nope, they're fucked.
Yeah.
So that is a wrap for Nobody Puts Baby in a Corner, everybody. Thanks for listening. Thanks for subscribing to the podcast if you're subscribed. If you're not, what the hell are you doing? Subscribe. All right. And if you want to get a shout out, shout out, Apple Podcast 5-star rating and review, Spotify 5-star rating, take a screenshot of it, send it into us. Join our Discord, join our Patreon, patreon.com/ Boys Watching Buffy. We're doing the Buffy Season 8 comics. Instagram and TikTok at Boys Watching Buffy, boyswatchingbuffy@gmail.com. And stay tuned next time for when we talk about Ahoy Mateys.
Bessie, when the milk stops being free, I stop drinking it.
Seltzer Kings.
Podcasts.